COVID-19 have you or your company feeling like you are left out in the cold? It's okay if you're a snowman, but for us and our businesses, it's not a very good feeling. It's not a very good situation to feel like we're in. Left out in the cold is a relatively new idiom. 1963, a British author in The Spy Who Came In From the Cold wrote something about John, I think his name was John Le Carre or something. And he made the expression left out in the cold popular. And of course means to be left out of something, left out of or excluded from a place or an activity or a thing, to not be told something, to be excluded, to be looked over, to be passed over for promotion perhaps. Anybody who's had a job or been in different groups or cliques or situations probably has experienced this feeling at least once in their life. Maybe you've never been excluded or not invited to a party or not asked out on a date. I'm trying to think of life examples where a lot of us would have experienced it. But it's the whole missing out on something. I believe that purposefully leaving people out and excluding them from things or not giving them information, not only is it manipulative, but in many instances it's a form of bullying. I chose to leave myself out of a lot of stuff and make choices based on what I couldn't or did or didn't want to do over the years. But I do know other people that are really, really close to me that have been purposefully excluded from their normal ring of friends, their normal relationships by other people, usually due to jealousy or whatever other reason. Competition will often leave people out of professional organizations. They won't invite certain businesses to professional organizations or chambers of commerce because they don't want to deal with the competition. So it goes on in every walk of life. I'm sure it happens in politics. I'm sure it definitely happens in religion. People are excluded, right? It happens in every area, in every walk of life, and pretty much at every age. Even in kindergarten, kids are excluding one another and not letting them play or join in the games. I think of, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Even he was excluded and left out in the cold when it came to the reindeer games. So it's an experience that many, if not almost everybody, has absolutely had sometime in their life. It normally doesn't make us feel very good. I don't know. A lot of times I'm naive and I don't know when I've been excluded for something, or I don't care because I just go on to do something else. And I think that's the secret, that's the trick, is that it's up to you to decide how you're going to respond to everything, including COVID-19, for not only you on an individual level, but for your business as well. If your business is shut down, I guarantee there's that feeling of exclusion and being left out in the cold and that things are outside of your control. But this is the time to not throw in the towel. It's the time to regroup, recharge, re-energize, redirect, and get super creative in terms of what can I do? My business is shut down. How can I creatively find ways to interact and continue to serve my customers, or to at least let them know that we're in this together and that we'll be there for them as soon as we possibly can to continue to serve them. Know that being left out in the cold doesn't mean you're out of the game, right? Just because something happens doesn't mean you're out of the game forever. I've had super duper bad health challenges, and they could have been my excuse for not ever doing anything again, right? I could have gone on disability and just stayed home for the rest of my life and not done anything. But I didn't want to get out of the game. I didn't want to be out of the game. Did I have to change the way I was operating after those medical challenges than before those challenges? Absolutely, positively. Did I have to change the way I was behaving, I was responding, the habits I had, the way I was doing business? Absolutely. But it didn't mean I was out of the game. It just meant the game was changing and I needed to change along with it. Our lives are changing and we need to change along with them. There's always a way. There's always a way to achieve what we want. We might have to get creative, and we might have to understand that just because we don't see a door into something that we want right now doesn't mean it isn't there. Or we just can create one. We can create our own door. We can create our own path. Life challenges us often to see if we're serious about the things that we want or not. Life is challenging a lot of business owners and a lot of us right now to find out if we're serious about our values, our principles, our goals, our businesses, even our businesses. There will be businesses, there will be people that do not go back to the career, the job that they had before. Jobs will be changed and forever eliminated, right? There will be businesses. Our businesses are going to be forever changed. So if you're shut down right now is the time to be planning. How do I need to be changing my business in order to open up and serve people again? And serve them in a way that actually serves them better and solves their problems better than I ever was in the past, because the world has changed and I want to make sure I'm changing right along with it. So actually, there's a lot more to being left out in the cold than we realized. One I just thought of is, have you ever locked yourself out of your house? Maybe I went to get the paper, took out the trash, and didn't realize the door was locked and didn't have my key. And had to figure out a way in. Yeah, maybe that's happened to me once or twice in maybe more than one of my homes. And you'd think I would have always learned to hide a key, but not necessarily. The worst is when you get locked outside in your pajamas. Just saying, might not have happened to me, but it might have. So don't be left out in the cold. Have an awesome day today. I'd love to know your experiences with being left out in the cold, missing out, fear of missing out. You know, marketers like to use the fear of missing out, and I kind of think it's a little unethical. So for me personally, I try not to ever put the fear of missing out as the way I get people to, or encourage people to work with me. Missed opportunities, a lot of times we feel like we've missed an opportunity, but there's really no such thing as a missed opportunity. Somebody else will have taken up that opportunity, and there's always going to be another one, because we were perpetually surrounded with infinite possibilities and opportunities. Have an awesome day, and I'll of course be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Where does it come from? And how might you be able to apply it to your life and situation right now? Take care.